Hi there everyone. Welcome to the video lecture series on double integration. I'm Mayur Gohil. In this video lecture, we shall be seeing different type of region, type 1 and type 2 region, and the core definitions of type 1 and type 2 region and the corresponding integrals associated to it. Okay, thus I insist you to write down every detail from this video lecture, as it's going to be the foundational video lecture for all the video lectures that are going to come in the series of this double integration video lecture series, right? So let us see what is type 1 region. Consider this type of a region where you have y equals to psi 1 of x and y equals to psi 2 of x as the boundary of the region, okay, where these both psi 1 and psi 2 are continuous functions. Okay, let me take the shadow or the projection of this region on the x-axis as a to b, or the interval ab. If I want to write the integral of f of xy on such a region, then the double integral shall be written in this manner. That's going to be double integral f of x comma y dy dx, and the limits are y equals to psi 1 of x up to y equals to psi 2 of x, and the limits of x shall be x equals to a to x equals to b. Okay, such a region is called type 1 region. Basically, this is what we associate type 1 region with such an integral to. Okay, now let us see what is a type 2 region. Consider this kind of a region, okay, where x equals to phi 1 of y and x equals to phi 2 of y are the boundary curves. Okay, again phi 1 and phi 2 both are continuous functions over here. Okay. Now, if I take the projection or the shadow of such a region on y-axis, then I have its shadow running on the interval CD. Okay, its shadow falls on the interval CD. Then the integral that I can associate to it for f of x comma y, it will be double integral f of x comma y dx dy is there, and the limits are x equals to phi 1 to x equals to phi 2, and the limits for y shall be y equals to c to y equals to d. Okay, now what I want you to know is that is yeah, so here you have this as type 1 region and this as type 2 region. Now let me be very clear that in most of the books you won't find this as type 1 or type 2 region or anything like this. Okay, it's they might have classified according to their style. I find such a kind of classification is much easier for understanding the concept, because why we need such a classification is because here we have dy dx, and on the other side we have dx dy. Okay, and here there is this region, okay, on which you can see that in type 1 region the functions are y equals to psi 1 of x. Okay, y equals to psi 1 of x, and in this type of function x is an independent variable and y is dependent. Okay, when the boundary is in this manner, over here you see that x is the dependent variable and y is the independent variable. So in type 2 region you have a little bit different way of seeing the region. So that's why the associated integral we are having the order as dx dy. Okay, now the way we are seeing the projection in type 1 region is taken on x-axis, whereas projection on type 2 region is taken on y-axis. Okay, so such a type of things when are there, and if we want to understand them very clearly, that's why we I'm doing this classification of type 1 and type 2 region. So remember here very clearly, for type 1 the integral is going to have dy dx as the order, and for type 2 the integral is going to have dx dy as the order. And this is the way the integrals are going to be written for each of the following regions. Now the question that comes to our mind is that here these are working as a definition, okay, but how do we understand when the regions are going to be given to us, whether it is a type 1 region or type 2 region? So for that the procedure is there. We'll see through the procedure soon. And first observe these two regions, that both the regions, you can see that both are closed regions. All right, they are not open, they are bounded from all the sides. There is a boundary to each of them. And also you can see that none of the boundary is overcrossing each other, or none of the functions are overlapping each other. Okay, so this is one important condition. So how to find type 1 or type 2 region? Before that, as I discussed, that the region should be closed, none of them should overlap each other. Okay, let us see how to find type 1 region. This was the region we had seen just now. Okay. In order to know that the region is a type 1 region, you need to draw a vertical line in the direction of y-axis through the region once. All right. So draw this vertical line. Okay. Now the entry point of the line and the exit point of the line throughout the region should remain the same. Okay. Okay, so the entry point is y equals to psi 1 and the exit point is psi 2. So if you see over here, the red dot is the entry point and the blue dot is the exit point. This is going to give you the limits of y. Okay, now when we take the projection or the shadow of the region on x-axis, the shadow falls on the interval, some interval it will fall, and that interval we are calling over here a to b. Okay, so both the functions psi1 and psi2 should have same starting and ending point, so that the limits of x will be obtained. So here we obtain the limits of x as a to b. Thus the associated integral, what are we able to write is f of x comma y dy dx, and y is equals to psi1 to psi2, x equals to a up to x equals to b. Okay, so this is type 1 region. All right, now one more important, very important thing. This note I'm giving you, if condition 2 and or 3 are or is not satisfied, we split up this integral. We split up the region and the integral. Now this note I shall explain you along with an example when the example arises. Right now you can just write down this note on a side or below your the points that you are jotting down. Okay, in the note you can write down over there, but this is very crucial. If any of the two condition is not satisfied, okay, then the integral is going to split. Okay. Now this region D that you see, as we saw in the beginning of our introductory video lecture, we saw the notation for rectangle. Okay, that was a cross product of two intervals. This region D also can be written mathematically in this manner. It's the set of all the points x comma y, where x lies between a and b and the y points are lying between the two functions psi1 and psi2. All right, so this is the way you write this D, the shaded region D. Okay, let's see the next one, type 2. For finding type 2 region, again similar procedure is there. You have this region over here, which is x equals to phi 1 of y, x equals to phi 2 of y as the boundary, and S is your region. Okay, now in order to find type 2 region, you need to draw horizontal line, okay, rather than the vertical line. Draw horizontal line. Oh sorry, this line you can just omit. Draw a horizontal line in the direction of x-axis passing through the region once. Okay. Once you draw the horizontal line, the entry point of the line and the exit point of the line across the region should remain the same. Thus, we will get the limits for x. Okay. So entry point is this red dot and the exit point is this blue dot. So entry point all throughout is remaining the same. So that's why it's going to be x equals to 5, 1 of y is the entry point and the exit point is x equals to 5, 2 of y. Okay. Okay. Now, same way, the projection of this region should be taken on y-axis, should fall on y-axis. Let's say it falls on point C to D. So the integral that gets associated to this is I equals to double integral f of x comma y dx dy, where x goes from phi1 to phi2 of y, all right, phi1 of y and phi2 of y, and the limits of y will be y equals to c to y equal to d, all right. So such a region is a type 2 region. So again, here also the note arises. If condition 2 and or 3 are not satisfied, then we split the region and the integral. Okay, that is again an important thing. Both the notes that I have given to you over here in this video lecture shall be explained to you along with an example. For time being, hold on. All right. Now again, the way we saw the region D that can be written mathematically. Same way the region S can be written mathematically as all the points x comma y such that y is lying between C and D and x is lying between phi1 of y and phi2 of y. Alright, so this is what is important over here. Okay, now you have to remember that such a classification we have done for the convenience of our understanding. So type 1 and type 2 region classification is for convenience of our understanding and it will help you in the further video lectures. Okay, so remember that when you have type 1 region, it's going to be dy dx and you have to draw a vertical line across it to find the limits. And when you have type 2 region, you have to draw a horizontal line and the integral is written in dx dy format. Okay, so this is it from my side on type 1 and type 2. Now let us see properties of double integration. There are very few properties of double integration that I'm mentioning. Uh, okay, so this property we know that when you have a constant and you multiply the function under the integration sign with the constant, you can take that constant outside the double integration and then you can do the integration as accordingly be the case. Okay. Another case is that when you have the um addition of the two function or subtraction of the two function, the double integration will be splitting up over the addition or the subtraction. It gets distributed, right? This is what we have done again at the basic level. Okay, another important property is this. If you have a region R, okay, and you have the function f of x comma y on the double integration dx dy or dy dx, and the region R is R1 union R2, where R1 and R2 are two non-overlapping regions, then you can split up your double integration over R1 and over R2. So that means you can do this thing provided your regions are non-overlapping. Okay, so this property is very important and again this we will be seeing with the help of an example. So thank you for joining in. So this was a theoretical lecture. Please go through it, write down all the important points and we shall soon see the examples in the next video lectures. Thank you.